to lose. I wanna win!
Hello everyone, my name is Joseph and welcome back to the Popsicle Night channel. This video is sponsored by PTCGOstore.com, the best place for you to get Pokemon TCG code cards. Are you looking to complete your card collection online for the latest set? PTCGOstore.com has everything you need. And please remember to use my code NIGHT22 at checkout so that you can get a 5% discount. Please enjoy the discount and your purchase directly supports the content I create in this channel. Thank you guys so much for your support and for your supporting PTCGOstore.com. In today's video, we're taking a look at Unfezant from the Pokemon Go expansion set. And if you look closely on the upper left corner of the artwork, you'll notice a Marshtomp. Of course, this card goes along with that artwork, and I thought that was a pretty cool hidden feature to this card. Anyways, Unfezant is a stage 2 Pokemon with 140 HP, 1 retreat cost, minus 30 resistance to fighting, which is very significant, and is weak to lightning. It has 2 attacks. The first one is Gust. For 1 colorless energy, it deals 30 damage. And its second attack is Hurricane Wing. For 2 colorless energy, you flip 4 coins, and for each heads, you multiply that by 70 damage. So this attack can range anywhere from 0 to 280 damage, which is a very significant number since you're looking at being able to knock out a V-Star Pokemon with a single hit. That is if you can flip all heads, which is probably lower than a 5% chance in PTCGO. Powering up this attack is pretty easy since we have access to Twin Energy and also Double Turbo Energy. Although the DTE reduces your attack by 20 damage, but if you flip enough heads during your attack, sometimes it won't really matter too much. To help find these energies, I added Energy Lotto in this build. You can look at the top 7 cards of your deck, and if you see an energy there, you can put it to your hand. Since we are dealing with coin flips for our attacks, it's only practical to add a full set of Glimwood Tangle Stadium, so that if you're not satisfied with the result of your first set of coin flips, you can retry for a second time. But just be warned, there will be a lot of cases where your second set of coin flips will be worse than your first. But you know, sometimes you just have to take those risks, right? And I've also added a copy of Blunder Policy Tool card. Since most likely we'll be flipping tails when we attack, this will allow you to draw an extra 3 cards at the end of your turn. A few things about Unfezant that makes it unpleasant to work with is its HP. 140 HP for a stage 2 Pokemon is very low in my opinion. Not only is it hard to set up a stage 2, but this one can easily get knocked out. So to increase its survivability just a little bit, I added 1 copy of Pot Helmet to decrease damage received by Unfezant by 30 damage, and this increased defense can go a long way. And its attack can become very underwhelming, especially if you flip too many tails, so I added 1 copy of Choice Belt. This can at least increase its attack by 30 more damage when going against a V Pokemon. As a backup attacker, I have 1 copy of Farfetch with the Leak Clash attack. For 2 colorless energy, this attack deals 20 plus damage and additional 10 damage for each damage counter already on your opponent's active Pokemon. This is great for doubling the damage already made by Unfezant. And I also have 1 copy of Miltank with the Miracle Body ability, which prevents any damage done to it by a V Pokemon. This is great for stalling on certain matchups so that you can set up your Unfezant. It also has the attack route. For 2 colorless energy, it deals 10 plus damage and 20 more damage for each Pokemon on your opponent's bench. So this attack can range anywhere from 10 to 110 damage. As for my other Pokemon, I have Manaphy with the Wave Veil ability to prevent attack damage done to our bench, Snorlax with the Gourmandize ability, and Radiant Venusaur for its Sunny Bloom ability, allowing you to draw cards until you have 4 cards in your hand at the end of your turn. As for my support cards worth noting, first I have Gloria, so we can put up to 3 basic Pokemon with no rule box from our deck straight to our bench. Skyla, so that we can get any trainer cards from our deck. This is great for searching out Glimwood Tangle Stadium and Rare Candy. Celine, with a successful coin flip or 2, you can get up to 2 cards from your discard pile to the top of your deck. And finally, I have 1 copy of Rosan's Backup. This allows you to recover 1 of each of these 4: Pokemon, Tool Card, Stadium, and or any 1 energy. I did add 2 copies of basic energies so that we can recover them with Ordinary Rod, just in case we run out of our special energies. But to be honest with you, you probably won't get to that point because as a standalone, Unfezant's win rate is really bad, especially when going against higher tier decks. So unless you're a big fan of Unfezant, I wouldn't recommend this at all. But fortunately, I was able to get some wins with this deck so that you can at least see its potential. And that's pretty much it. You can find the complete deck list in the description below. And now please enjoy the following gameplay videos showcasing Unfezant. Alright, let's get in some games. I'm gonna go first. And we're gonna start this one with a Snorlax in the active spot. We don't have a lot of cards to go with, so I think I'll just thin out my hand as much as I can so I can draw with Gourmandize. And since Snorlax can actually attack in this build, I'll just attach the Double Turbo Energy. and even this Blunder Policy. And I'll just Garmentize. At least that will allow us to draw 2 cards. And the Blunder Policy actually helps out Snorlax too, because we have to flip coin for that paralysis. And if we flip tails, you can draw 3 cards. So we're going up against a Raichu V build, which is pretty powerful, depending on how many energies they can discard when they attack. And they also have a bunch of Flaffy lines so that they can re-energize their Pokemon. So this matchup is really bad for us, especially Unfezant is weak against Lightning. And even if we weren't weak against Lightning, Unfezant just has a really low HP in my opinion. It's just really easy to get knocked out, and you just have to balance out whether or not you want to focus on offense or just defense. And this build is just super tight that I could even only include 1 tool card each. But I mean, you can argue whether or not you really need the choice belt. I think if anything, that's what I'm gonna give up and just add 1 more pot helmet to increase survivability for my Pokemon. But for now, we're just gonna put Farfetch and our Venusaur in play. For with our Energy Lotto, we got a Twin Energy. And I'm just gonna use Bruno. Alright, cool, we got a Pidove. And also Glimwood Tangle, so now we can use Body Slam. I'm just gonna chip away at this Raichu V. Alright, cool, we got heads. So we're not gonna reflip. And since we have 2 cards on hand, that activates Venusaur's ability so that we drew into 2 extra cards. So the paralysis is a good way to stall. If my opponent cannot retreat, they won't be able to attack. So I'm probably just gonna attack 1 more time and then hopefully paralyze their Raichu again and stall even further. And that's the thing, dealing with a stage 2 is very hard because it's like you're playing tag, because you can get the stage 2 evolution but you don't have a rare candy, or if you have a rare candy but you don't have the stage 2 evolution, it's just very hard to set it up. Unlike a stage 1, once you get that evolution card, you just evolve it and then you're done. But stage 2 is a whole different setup. It's really difficult. So, you know, again, Unfezant with a low HP, and then the setup is really hard. And the attack is not a guarantee. Alright, so we got a stage 1 at least to evolve. And I'm just gonna Body Slam. Oh! No! Oh, I misclicked. Oh no, that's really bad. Okay, I was supposed to attack, but with my fast hands, I guess, I clicked the wrong button. And here we are. But you know what? I'll go with it. It's fine. I think we needed to draw in 2 more cards anyways, just so we can finalize our setup. And we got another Pidove, so that at least we have 2 lines of Unfezant now. But they're definitely going to get a knockout off of our Snorlax. We could have just continued to attack and knock out their Raichu though, but that's the thing. So now they're ahead of 1 prize. But, I mean, it is winnable. We are in range of knocking out their Raichu Vs. It doesn't have a lot of HP. The VMAXs, I have a little bit more tougher time. So let's evolve into our Unfezant. Use Glimwood Tangle, and then I have no choice but to use the double turbo energy. Okay, we got a Twin Energy for our next batch. So let's use the Quick Ball. Get another... I mean, I could use Miltank. I could negate their attacks. And I'll just use Hurricane Wing. Come on. We need to knock out this guy. Alright, that's good. That's good. We got 3 heads. Not too bad. 190. Despite their having Big Charm, that got us two prizes. Nice. So Unfezant, it works sometimes. But most of the time, all the other games that I've had prior to this, it's just really bad. Bad RNG can make you quit this game when you play with Unfezant. So it is what it is, you know? But you do get those redeeming matches though. So that's basically my whole goal with this Unfezant build, is just to win a match or 2. That's pretty much it. But for the most part, I'm probably never going to play this build ever again. That's how bad it is, in my opinion, okay? But if you're a big fan of Unfezant, hey, This is you could give this a try. And again, if you guys know of any better builds, let me know in the comments below. So my opponent's focusing not only on Raichu, but also on Zekrom, which is really good. It can easily knock out our Unfezant, it can paralyze, and it only loses 1 prize. But what's this? My opponent does not knock out my Unfezant. Alright, I don't know why they didn't just knock it out. But now we have an opportunity to attack with it again, so we'll just boss their Raichu V and Hurricane Wing. Come on, give us heads, give us heads. Okay, we're gonna have to retry. Come on, heads, 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 please. Heads, heads, okay. Alright, we got 3. Oh, dude. But unfortunately, the double turbo energy reduced our attack by 20. We could have gotten a knockout actually with a twin energy on Pheasant. But as it is, the Raichu V is left with 10 HP. And we'll be left with no attacker in the next turn except for Miltank. So we need to get our hand on another Unfezant so we can attack. And also another twin energy or double turbo energy. But what's this? Dude, my opponent's just gonna attack with their Raichu V. Hey, we have water energy. You know what I could do? I'll just use Manaphy to attack and knock out this Raichu V. We only need 10 damage to it anyways, right? And we can preserve our Miltank. Yeah, let's use Roseanne's backup first. And let's recover some of these cards. I'll get Unfezant, Glimwood Tangle, Blunder Policy, and a Twin Energy. Alright, cool. Alright, yeah. Let's Rain Splash. Rain Splash, let's go, Manaphy. Manaphy gets a knockout. Awesome. So we got 2 prizes for that, and we got Evolution Incense. Look at that. We have Twin Energy, so we can get a bunch of knockouts in the next turn. My opponent's gonna pivot into their Flaffy, and for sure they're not gonna attack with that. They could attack with the other Flaffy though, that's the thing. But it's only dealing 50 damage. Not quite enough to knock out an Unfezant, so that's good. But the only worry I have is Zekrom, and most likely they could just easily set up for a Raichu. Their Flaffy in the active has Air Balloon. Oh, they're also using Raikou V. Alright, cool. Yeah, they're using Raikou V, Raichu V in the same deck, which is pretty awesome. They're gonna use their Flaffy to knock out our Manaphy. Alright, my opponent's fighting back. So we'll put our Miltank in the active spot. And we're just gonna evolve into another Unfezant. We have Rare Candy, so that's good. And then Air Balloon is mainly for Miltank, to be honest with you. That's why I have Air Balloon here. It's for Miltank. But for now, I'll just set up another Pidove. And then I can use this Bot Helmet. And we're just going to use Route. It's enough damage to knock out a Flaffy. So that leaves us with 1 prize left to go. And you know what, guys? You know what? We can actually win this. As long as we can knock out 1 more Pokemon. I mean, if they set up like a Raichu V, we're going to have to get really good coin flips. If not, we may have just won this game. This is unbelievable. Unbelievable. We're actually gonna win this game. So even if they attack with Zekrom, they're way far behind on prize. So yeah, they're just gonna attack with Zekrom, and we're gonna win this one, guys. Unbelievable. So we're just gonna promote our Unfezant in the active spot, and all we need to do is attack with Hurricane Wing, and we only need 1 heads to knock out this Zekrom. There it is, for the win. Despite our weakness, guys. Good game. Alright, let's get into another game. We are going to go first, and I do recommend going first with this build. Again, having stage 2 Pokemon in your build requires a lot of setup, and it requires a few turns before you can evolve into your Unfezant. So if you have a chance to go first, definitely go first. I do see a lot of familiar cards in that mulligan. I hope this is not a Lunatone Solrock combo, because we are going to get clobbered if that's the case. So Unfezant does okay against other single price builds, just not the top tier ones, because yeah, we don't stand a chance against those types of matchups. We're going to start this one off with a Radiant Venusaur in the active spot, which is not ideal. And my opponent says Minccino in their active spot. We have a Quick Ball though. Could just get rid of this and then get a Pidove. Okay, and then use the Pot Helmet, Twin Energy, and that's gonna let us draw one card with the Sunny Bloom. Dude, we got an Unfezant from that. Okay, we can actually evolve into Unfezant on our next turn. We can use Gloria to set up other basic Pokemon on our bench, and then go from there. And since we have less cards on hand, we can draw even more cards with Radiant Venusaur. So that's good. And my opponent's using Fighting Energies. I wonder what build this is. Curious. Okay, they're going to use their Minccino to call for family. Oh, there it is. There it is. It is a Lucario build. Which is okay with us actually, because Unfezant is resistant to fighting, and that could increase our survivability. So I'll just go for Snorlax, Manaphy, and Miltank. And we draw 4 cards. Alright, cool. So our setup is okay right now. But the Pot Helmet is definitely going to help with this matchup. Although Lucario can build up a lot of energy, and it actually has the potential to one-hit knock out any Pokemon in the game. So very strong single prize Pokemon. And now it's a lot easier to set up. You have Gutsy Pickaxe available and other cards in the format that you can use to increase its damage output even further. They're using Choice Belt, which doesn't really do too much against us because we're not using any V Pokemon. So we should be okay. But with just 2 energy, they're not knocking out our Radiant Venusaur, I don't think. Okay, let's see what we could do. Miltank right now, I don't think is dealing enough damage. We have Crobat V. Alright, we can target that Crobat V actually. You can get 2 prizes if we knock that out. So that could make it easier for us with the prize exchange. Because one-on-one single prize matchups, in the prize exchange, it really depends on who gets the first prize. And if you can keep up with the price exchange. It's a lot harder for us to go against single prizers, especially setting up a stage 2 is a lot harder than if your opponent is setting up for stage 1s like my opponent. But they are going to get enough energy to their Lucario to knock out my Radiant Venusaur. So, I mean, they have a full bench. We could use Miltank for now to knock out their Lucario and then go from there. Just gonna use Marnie. Alright, we got Glimwood Tangle, which could be very helpful. And we also have Quick Ball. For now, I'm just gonna knock out their Lucario. Okay, we got another Pidove. Okay, that's good. Yeah, I'm reserving the Glimwood Tangle. I don't wanna discard it just yet because I might need that. So I just held off on using the Quick Ball. So my opponent's gonna continue to set up their Lucario. So with their bench full, that's gonna be it for them. They can only set up 2 attackers at a time. They have a boss, so they could just boss. Ooh, they have. Alright, cool. So since they have Temple of Sinnoh, it's fine. We have a bunch of Glimwood Tangle on hand. We could just get rid of that, because Temple of Sinnoh, if you didn't know, negates the effects of special energies. So our Twin Energies, Double Triple Energy will only count as 1 colorless instead of 2. So that is definitely going to affect the amount of energy we have on our Pokemon, so we have to get rid of that. Gutsy Pickaxe, look at that. Easy energy to their Lucario. And Miltank is weak against fighting, so they are going to get an easy knockout off of this Miltank. They're using Raihan. They'll probably grab another energy or a Lucario to evolve. And there it is. There's a knockout to their Miltank. They get another prize for that. But you know what? Our high defense on our Unfezant will actually allow us to survive at least 2 attacks, hopefully. Depending on how much my opponent builds up their Lucario with energy. Alright, we got Skyla. So we can evolve into another Unfezant on our next turn. So I'm just going to use Hurricane Wing here to get a knockout, hopefully. Come on. Alright, cool. I think that's all we need. 140 damage, knocking out their Lucario. And what's nice about this matchup is that Lucario deals damage to itself when it tries to energize. So that added damage counter on our opponent's Pokemon helps us to need less success rate on our coin flips when we attack, because it requires less attack damage output to knock out Lucario. And that's the only thing. Lucario is very strong, but the HP is really bad. And maybe that's the trade-off for Unfezant, because it has this potential high attack damage output. Maybe that's why its HP is really low. And I can kind of understand that. If you have this Pokemon that's so hard to knock out but deals a lot of damage, you have to give it a little bit of weakness. I guess that's my reasoning on it. I don't know. What do you guys think? Is Unfezant's HP reasonable? Or is it okay? But my argument with that is that the attack is not a guarantee, guys. So why make it so weak, you know? But anyways, my opponent has 3 energies on their Lucario. It's not going to be enough to knock us out. It only deals 130 damage because of our resistance and the pot helmet. So now we can knock out their Lucario and survive another attack. But I think setting up another Unfezant is practical. So I'll just use Skyla to get Evolution Incense. We have Rare Candy, so we can evolve into Unfezant. And we also have Farfetch as a reserve attacker. Since they use Lucario to add damage to themselves, we can actually double their damage with Farfetch'd. So this is a good matchup for us. I could use Ordinary Rod to recover my Pokemon. So I think I'll just get these 2, because Miltank can actually knock out a Lucario easy. We'll go ahead and just grab a Miltank, and then yeah, Hurricane Wing, get another knockout here. Alright, that's good enough. Yeah. There it is. 140 damage against their Lucario. We get another prize. So now we are winning this prize exchange. And they can't even set up right now. I mean, they can use their Minccino because they need to discard a card to draw into more cards. They do get a Raihan though, so that's going to energize. But what are they going to get with... That's it? Okay. So they just get an evolution, they add another damage, and then add an energy to their Lucario, and then they can knock out our Unfezant. But what we don't have is energy to attack, so we can't really retaliate. Oh, this is not good. Not good. I could stall, I guess. Let me scoop this guy up, put Snorlax in the active instead, and I'll just stall. Get this Cinccino Gourmandize. Maybe they can't, because they'll have to attach an energy to attack with Lucario. If they can't attach, or if they don't have any retreat, switch, or whatever, they'll have to attach an energy to their Cinccino to get it out of the active spot, but still that's not going to help them to attack with Lucario because it needs 2 energies. So we are in a good spot right now. Now we have to get our Snorlax out of the active though, so that we can continue to attack our opponent. But as it is, we have a little bit of a tie here for now. It really depends on who can get the next knockout, I guess. I mean, they can use their Minccino. I don't know why they're not drawing into more cards. I mean, they have 7 cards left in the deck. Maybe they're hesitant to use it. Because if they draw into a lot of cards with Cinccino, they could deck out a lot faster. But, alright, they're just going to attack with their Cinccino against our Snorlax and energize their Lucario. Let's attach that Blunder Policy. And I'm just going to Marnie, draw into more cards for our opponent. That draws us closer to winning this game. I mean, 3 cards left in their deck. But I could have given them the card that they needed. I'll just Gormandize. We have a lot of cards on hand, so we're not worried about decking out. Alright, we got a double Turbo Energy. That's good. But like I said, the only attacker they have is one Lucario. With a lot of cards in their discard pile. I don't know if they can set up another Lucario, that's the thing. Unless they can recover it. But unless they do, we can actually tank a hit with our Unfezant and continue to get a knockout. Probably gonna win us the game in the long run. And they're just gonna energize their Cinccino. Okay. Alright. So they get a knockout off of our Snorlax. But again, with no other attacker in play, I think this might be game for us. So we'll attach the DTE on Unfezant. Attach the Cape of Toughness and our Balloon. Bruno, since they knocked out our Pokemon, we get more cards with that. And then, okay, we have Radiant Venusaur. And we're just gonna attack. Hurricane Wing. Heads. Heads, alright. That's all we need. We knocked out their Lucario, and that's gonna be a game for us. I mean, in the long run, unless they have like a secret weapon here. They have a basic Pokemon that can attack for a lot of damage against our Unfezant. But as of right now, they don't have any other attackers in play. Except for Cinccino. I don't see any way my opponent can win this game now. There it is. There's the scoop. Wow. Good game. Good game. And that's it for the video. I hope you enjoyed it, and if you did, please don't forget to smash the like button for me. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below, and please subscribe to this channel if you haven't already. Thank you so much for watching the Popsicle Knight channel, and as always, stay safe and have a great day.